You are the final soul at listening post Epsilon. The silence here is a living thing. It has weight. It presses down on your shoulders. For 3 years, you have listened to nothing. The great choir of human expansion, gone. The chatter of 100 billion souls, vanished. Now there is only the quiet hum of the station and the whisper of your own breathing. The station is a forgotten relic, a tin can tossed into the deepest part of the void. Your only job was to listen, to wait for a sign that you were not alone. It was a job for a ghost. You were good at it. You had become quite the professional ghost. Even your own reflection startled you sometimes. Your console flickers. An alert blinks, a weak, pathetic red. It has not blinked in 1,000 days. Your heart hammers against your ribs, a frantic bird trapped in a cage of bone. You lean forward. Your hands tremble just a little, not from fear, but from a terrible, crushing hope. The signal is ancient. It has crossed unimaginable distances. It is frayed and torn by its journey. The station's systems struggle to piece it together. They work with the quiet desperation of old machines. A progress bar crawls across the screen. Each percent is an agony. 98, 99, 100. The speakers crackle. A hiss of static fills the small room. Then a voice. It is not human. It is something older, something worn down by time and sorrow. The voice speaks 2 words in a language you should not know. Yet you understand them perfectly. You understand them in your bones. They are waiting. 2 words. Across the empty gulf of space. 2 words to break a silence of years. They are not a promise of salvation. They are not a cry for help. They feel like a summons. A final, dreadful invitation to the end of all things. The alert light dies. The silence returns, heavier than before. Because now you know it is not empty. You do not hesitate. There is nothing left to hesitate for. Command is gone. Earth is a memory. Epsilon Station is a tomb with a great view. Those 2 words are the only thing left in the universe. They are your new mission. Your ship, the Star Glider, is little more than a scout vessel. It was never meant for this. It is a bug trying to cross an ocean. You plot the course. The destination feels like a typo in the star charts, a place whispered about in hushed tones. The Singularity Vault. Star science says it cannot exist. It is a point where reality itself ties a knot, a cosmic error message, and you are flying straight toward it. The Star Glider complains as you power its engines. It groans like an old man getting out of bed. You pat the console, a silent apology for what you are about to do. The journey is a long fall through darkness. You pass the ghosts of dead worlds. Shattered moons orbit silent planets. Their suns are dark and cold. This is the work of the enemy, the great silence that consumed everything. You fly through the graveyard of a galaxy. Each dead star is a tombstone. You are the only one left to read the names. The Singularity Vault does not appear on your sensors, not in any normal way. It does not reflect light or energy. It simply is. You navigate by what is not there. A hole in the fabric of space, a patch of darkness that feels wrong. The ship's computer begins to glitch. It shows you pictures of your childhood dog. It tries to calculate the value of pi to 1 trillion digits. Its circuits are starting to fray. The proximity to unreason is a poison, and you are drinking it down. You tell the computer to shut down all non-essential functions, which, at this point, feels like everything, including the coffee machine. This is a true crisis. You are flying blind now, guided only by instinct and by the echo of those 2 words. They are waiting. You are coming. a ghost answering the call of other ghosts. You have arrived. The view outside your ship is impossible. The Singularity Vault is not a structure. It is a wound in the universe. A perfect sphere of absolute blackness. It does not pull light in like a black hole. It erases it. Stars behind it simply cease to be visible. The maw of the vault. The name feels chillingly accurate. But that is not what steals your breath. It is the fleet. 1,000 ships, maybe more. They drift in silent formation around the black sphere. They are not human. Their designs are a nightmare of alien biology and engineering. Some are crystalline. Others look like great, skeletal sea creatures. All of them are dark, silent, dead. This is the fleet of ghosts. They are the other civilizations that heard the call, the ones who came before you. They came seeking answers, or perhaps vengeance. They found only this silent vigil. Their power signatures are flat. Their life support systems are cold. They are tombs, just like your station, only much, much bigger. You guide the star glider through the silent armada. It feels like trespassing in a cemetery, a cosmic boneyard of failed hopes. You scan one of the larger vessels, a ship shaped like a twisted shell. The scan returns nonsense data. The laws of physics are thin here. They are stretched to their breaking point. The ship's computer insists the alien vessel is made of solidified music. You decide not to argue with it. Why are they here? Why did they stop? You fly closer to the maw. An invisible pressure builds against your hull. The ship groans in protest. The metal creaks and strains. It is a barrier, not of energy, but of pure logic. It is a wall made of rules, and it is denying you entry. The Ghost Fleet is proof of its power. 1,000 advanced races failed to pass. What hope does one human have? In a tiny ship with a confused computer, you try everything. You broadcast every known entry code. You send hails on every frequency. You even try knocking. Politely. The vault remains shut. The barrier holds firm. It is a perfect defense. It repels technology. It repels force. It repels every attempt to understand it. Your ship's systems are now a mess. The navigation screen is showing you recipes for soup. Good soup, to be fair, but not helpful. Defeated, you slump back in your chair. The silence presses in again. The weight of all those dead worlds. The faces of your crewmates on Epsilon Station. You remember them, their laughter, their arguments about card games, their faces as the final silence fell. A single tear escapes your eye, a hot track of grief on your cheek. You have held it back for years, a dam of sorrow holding back an ocean of loss. And in that moment, something changes. The pressure on the hull lessens. A low hum vibrates through the ship. Not from your engines. It is coming from the vault. The barrier is thinning. The wall of logic is wavering. On the screen, a new message appears. It is not text. It is a feeling. A sense of recognition. The vault is not a fortress of logic. It is a fortress of emotion. It denies entry to beings of pure reason, to cold calculators and unfeeling machines. The Ghost Fleet failed because they were too advanced, too logical. They had forgotten how to feel. Or perhaps they had no one left to feel for. Your grief is a language the vault understands. Your sorrow is the key. You push the thought forward. You let the memories flow. The loss of your family. The end of your world. The lonely vigil in the dark. You pour all your pain into the void. It is the most honest thing you have left. The barrier dissolves like mist. A path opens into the blackness. The maw of the vault invites you in. It is an invitation bought with tears, a passage paid for with pain. You guide the star glider through the opening. The blackness swallows you whole. For a moment, there is nothing. No light, no sound, no sensation. You are a thought floating in an empty mind. Then, the world reassembles itself around you. And it is wrong. Utterly and beautifully wrong. You are no longer in your ship. You are standing in a vast, open space. The concept of up and down seems to be a polite suggestion, not a firm rule. The walls are not walls. They are flowing curtains of geometry. Triangles bleed into circles. Lines curve into impossible angles. It is like standing inside a mathematician's fever dream. The air itself hums with energy. It tastes of ozone and forgotten memories. The geometry is alive. A great shifting staircase of light rises before you. Its steps phase in and out of existence. Following it seems like a terrible idea. And the only idea available? You take a step. Your foot meets solid ground. The ground then ripples like water. You stumble but catch yourself. Walking here is a skill you will have to learn quickly. This place is hostile, not in a malicious way. A hurricane is not malicious. It simply is. The environment here is the same. Strange floating shapes drift through the air. They look like shattered prisms. They emit dissonant chimes that make your teeth ache. One drifts too close. You feel a sharp, cold pain in your mind. A memory is sliced away. The name of your first pet. Gone. You learn to give the prisms a wide berth. This is the vault's immune system, a defense against rational thought. It tries to break your mind, to shatter your logic into meaningless pieces. But your mind is already broken. Your grief is an armor of unreason. The chaotic landscape feels strangely familiar. It feels like the inside of your own heart these last few years. You are a citizen of this impossible country. As you ascend the shifting staircase, a new presence makes itself known. It is not a sound. It is not a sight. It is a pressure in your skull, a weight of immense age and intelligence. You are not alone in this strange place. The builders of the vault are still here. In a way, they are the Elder Ones. Their voices are not made of words. They are concepts. Pure ideas poured directly into your consciousness. It is overwhelming. Like drinking from a fire hose of information, you receive 1,000 years of history in a single second. You feel the birth of their star. You see the rise of their cities. You experience the joy of their first star-born flight. They show you who they were, beings of immense power and intellect. They were not made of flesh and blood. They were woven from the fabric of space-time itself. They could shape reality with a thought. They were gardeners of the cosmos. They seeded life on 1,000,000 worlds. They saw humanity as a promising, chaotic child, full of potential and beautiful noise. Their communication is a torrent of feeling. There is pride, a deep, parental pride in their creations. There is wonder, a boundless curiosity for the universe. And there is a sorrow that dwarfs your own, a grief so vast it could drown galaxies. It is the grief of creators who have seen their creation threatened. You understand now. The vault is not a weapon. It is a shelter, a final refuge for a legacy. They did not build it to fight the enemy. They built it to outlive the enemy, to preserve a final piece of their civilization, a single, desperate hope against the coming silence. They speak to you now because you are the first to pass their test, the first being in eons to enter their home with a broken heart. The Elder Ones show you the enemy. They peel back the layers of your perception. They force you to see the universe as it truly is, not as a collection of matter and energy, but as a tapestry of information, of ideas and concepts. And the enemy is a flaw in that tapestry. A single corrosive thread unraveling everything. It is not an army. It has no ships, no soldiers, no leaders. It is not a species driven by conquest. Those are concepts you can understand. This is something else entirely. Something worse. They show you a fleet consuming a star. But you do not see ships. You see a wave of negation. A tide of absolute nothingness. It is not destroying the star. It is unwriting it. Erasing it from existence, as if it never was. The enemy is a thought. A single, hungry, parasitic idea. The concept of non-existence that has achieved consciousness. It believes that the ultimate state of the universe is silence. Emptiness. It is not evil. It is simply fulfilling its nature. A virus of reality. Its only purpose is to spread. To turn everything back into the nothing from which it came. The elder, ones call it the Star Eater. The great silence. The thought of annihilation. It spreads through logic. It infects rational systems. It convinced 1,000 advanced races to simply stop, to embrace the peace of non-being. The ghost fleet outside the vault is its monument, a garden of suicides. Their perfect logic was their doom. They calculated their chances and found them to be zero. So they gave up. You feel a cold dread wash over you. How do you fight an idea? You cannot shoot it. You cannot bomb it. Any weapon you build is based on logic. Any strategy you form is based on reason. The enemy would simply turn it against you. The elder, ones confirm your fear. They tried. They fought with weapons that could unmake suns. And they failed. Their logic was consumed. Their great civilization was erased. The vault is all that is left. You must go deeper. The elder, ones tell you this. The heart of the vault holds the final answer. But passage is not free. The vault is a living place. It demands a toll, a sacrifice. You pass the outer gate with your sorrow. The inner sanctum requires a higher price. The shifting staircase ends before a shimmering doorway. It looks like a sheet of liquid diamond. To pass through, you must give the vault a piece of yourself. It does not want your life. It wants something more precious. It wants a memory. You must choose one and offer it up. Willingly, the memory will be consumed, erased from your mind forever. This is a terrible choice. Your memories are all you have left. They are the proof that you lived, that your world existed. To lose one is to lose a part of your soul. The vault does not specify which memory. It can be any. But the elder, ones impress upon you a warning. The memory must have weight. It must have meaning. A trivial memory will not suffice. The door demands a heavy price. You sit before the diamond door. You sift through the archives of your life. What can you afford to lose? The memory of your first love? The day you graduated from the academy? The face of your mother? Each one is a treasure. To give one up feels like a betrayal, a self-inflicted wound. You remember Epsilon Station? The face of your captain, Anya. Her final order was simple. Live. She said it with a smile, as the lights went out for the last time. It was a memory of courage, of grace in the face of oblivion. It has sustained you through the lonely years. It is one of your most treasured possessions. And that is why it must be the one. A gift of this magnitude must be answered in kind. You hold the memory in your mind, Anya's smile, her voice. You offer it to the shimmering door. Live, she said. You let it go. A blinding flash of light, a feeling of profound emptiness. The name is gone. The face is a blur. The memory is a phantom limb, a space where something important used to be. The diamond door dissolves. The path to the core is open. You step through the doorway into the heart of the vault. The chaotic geometry gives way to a perfect, silent sphere. It is a room with no walls, floor, or ceiling. You are floating in the center of an internal universe. In the middle of this space hangs a single object. It is not a machine. It is not a control panel. It is a knot of pure light, shifting, twisting, contradicting itself. This is the core paradox, the ultimate weapon of the Elder Ones, their final desperate gambit. It is not a weapon of destruction. It is a weapon of creation. It is an idea, an impossible idea. Something that logic dictates cannot exist. Yet here it is, burning with a quiet, fierce intensity. The Elder Ones explain. You cannot fight the thought of annihilation with logic. Logic is its food. You cannot fight it with reason. Reason is its native language. You must fight it with something it cannot comprehend, something that breaks its fundamental nature. You must fight it with a paradox. The core is a self-contained concept that is both true and untrue at the same time. It is a statement that is its own refutation. To a logical mind, it is nonsense, a processing error. To the Star Eater, it would be poison, a single drop of illogic in its ocean of pure reason. It cannot be processed. It cannot be consumed. It would force the entity to confront a reality it cannot erase, a truth that defies its very existence. But the weapon is dormant. The Elder Ones could not wield it. Their own minds were too logical, too structured. To try and broadcast the paradox would have shattered their own consciousness. They were the architects of reason. They could not become its executioner. They built the weapon, but they could not fire the gun. They needed a different kind of mind, a mind comfortable with contradiction, a mind that could believe in 6 impossible things before breakfast. This is why you are here. This is why the vault opened for you. The Elder Ones show you the truth. Humanity was not just a promising child. You are an anomaly. Your species evolved on a world of chaos. You thrived on imperfection. Your minds are not clean, logical processors. They are messy, emotional, beautiful disasters. You can hold 2 opposing beliefs at the same time. You can love someone you hate. You can hope in the face of utter despair. You can laugh at a funeral. Your brains are hardwired for paradox. You are living, breathing contradictions. To the Elder Ones, this was a fascinating flaw, a charming quirk. Now, it is the last hope of the galaxy. Only a human mind can serve as the resonator. Only you can take the impossible idea from the core and broadcast it. Your consciousness must become the lens. It must focus the paradox into a coherent wave. You must become the weapon. The idea is too powerful for any machine. It would burn out any artificial intelligence. But a human mind, your mind, can absorb it, contain it, and release it. The Elder Ones do not command you. They ask. The choice is yours. To become the human resonator is to merge your consciousness with the vault. You will pour your being into this broadcast. There is no guarantee you will survive the process. You may be shattered. Your sense of self may be erased. You would be giving everything. Not just a memory, but your very soul. You look at the burning knot of light, the core paradox. You think of the ghost fleet outside, the silent, dead worlds, the encroaching silence that wants to swallow everything. You think of the memory you sacrificed, the face you can no longer picture, the order you can no longer hear. Live. The feeling of the command remains. It is now your purpose. There is no choice to make. There is only the answer you have been carrying all along. Yes, just as you commit your will, a new sensation floods the vault. It is not from the Elder Ones. It is a wave of cold, sharp static from the outside world. The enemy is here, not just in theory, not as a distant threat. It has arrived at the Singularity Vault, the final bastion of reality. The Elder Ones show you an image, a view of the space outside the maw. The familiar stars are gone. In their place is a fleet. But it is not a fleet in any traditional sense. It is a swarm of holes in space, patches of absolute blackness that move with a terrifying purpose. They are shapes of pure negation. They glide through the void, and where they pass, the stars wink out. One by one, they are consuming the local star cluster, siphoning its light and heat and history into nothing. A sun that has burned for billions of years is snuffed out in a second. Its planets are orphaned in the sudden, absolute cold. Then they too are erased. It is a quiet, efficient, and complete annihilation. There is no explosion, no debris, just less. The Ghost Fleet, the 1,000 silent ships, is the first to go. The Star Eater's fleet swarms over them. The crystalline hulls, the bone ships, the metallic shells, they do not shatter. They simply vanish, as if a celestial artist were erasing old sketches. One moment, a monument to a dozen dead civilizations. The next, empty space. The enemy fleet now surrounds the vault. A perfect sphere of nothing around a perfect sphere of blackness. It is like a negative image of a solar system. They are not attacking the vault directly, not yet. They are patient. They are consuming the space around it, compressing reality, squeezing the vault, trying to starve it out. Or perhaps they are simply savoring the meal, the last light in a dying universe. Time has run out. The final act has begun. Despair is a cold, heavy blanket. The sheer scale of the enemy is crushing. The quiet efficiency of its destruction is terrifying. You are one person, a fragile, emotional being. How can you possibly stand against this cosmic plague? The Elder Ones are silent. They are focusing their remaining energy on maintaining the vault's integrity. You are truly alone with your decision. Doubt creeps in, a poison far worse than any physical threat. Was this all a mistake? A fool's errand by the last fool in the galaxy? Your ship, the Starglider, is still connected to you. A faint, distant part of your consciousness. Its systems are mostly fried. But one subroutine, a deep archive search, has been running this whole time. A forgotten command you gave it days ago, to find any sign of human life, anywhere. Suddenly, a message flickers into your mind. A tiny packet of data that has somehow survived the chaos. It is a delayed broadcast, centuries old. It comes from a colony ship, the Odyssey. A ship long thought lost. It vanished into the intergalactic void generations ago. Everyone assumed it was destroyed. The message is not a distress call. It is a final report. A single voice, a woman, calm and clear. We know we will not survive, she says. But we have planted the seed. On World 734. The soil is good. The sky is blue. It is a good place. If anyone hears this, tell them we did not fail. We made it home. The message ends with a series of coordinates, and then a sound, the sound of children laughing. The colony did not fail. They found a new home, far out in the darkness, beyond the reach of the Star Eater for now. A new Earth, a new beginning. Humanity survived. Hope. It is not a logical concept. It is not a strategy. It is fuel. It is the one thing the enemy cannot understand. And it is all you need. The children's laughter echoes in your mind. You have a reason to fight. Not for the past, but for their future. Your resolve is no longer just your own. It is forged from the sacrifice of Anya. It is fueled by the laughter of children you will never meet. You turn your focus back to the core paradox, that beautiful, impossible knot of light. It is time. You reach out with your consciousness, not with your hands. You touch the paradox. The moment you make contact, the universe dissolves into pure, white, screaming light. Your mind is ripped open. The impossible idea floods into you. It is everything and nothing. It is a wave that is also a particle. It is a sound that is also silence. It is the answer to a question that cannot be asked. The pain is absolute. Every neuron in your brain fires at once. Every memory you have ever had is played back simultaneously. You are born and you die 1 billion times in a single second. Your identity, your name, your sense of self, it all begins to shred, to dissolve into the raw data of the paradox. You are a cup trying to hold the ocean, but you do not break. Your illogical, emotional, human mind bends. It stretches. It finds a way to hold the impossible. Your grief acts as a container. Your hope acts as a shield. The memory of laughter becomes an anchor in the storm of unreason. You are not just holding the paradox. You are becoming it. Your consciousness is merging with the core. You are being woven into the fabric of the weapon itself. The elder ones add their strength to yours. Their ancient consciousnesses form a cradle around your mind. They protect you. They guide you. They help you shape the raw power of the paradox into a single, focused thought. You are no longer just a person. You are a nexus, a living broadcast antenna. The human resonator is online. You are the beacon, and you are ready to shatter the silence. From the outside, the Singularity Vault changes. The perfect sphere of blackness begins to glow. A soft, white light pulses from within. The Star Eater's fleet pauses its consumption. The holes in space turn their attention inward. They sense a new variable, something that does not compute, something wrong. Then you let it go. You release the paradox. It erupts from the vault not as a beam of light or energy, but as a wave of pure concept, a psychic shock wave that travels at the speed of thought. It is a broadcast of beautiful, perfect nonsense. It is the idea that a thing can be itself and its opposite simultaneously. It is the truth of a lie. The wave hits the first rank of the enemy fleet. The shapes of negation do not explode. They simply stutter. Their perfect predatory logic encounters the impossible. It is like a perfect calculator being asked to divide by 0. Their fundamental code corrupts. The concept of their own existence begins to fray. A hole in space, a being of pure nothing, tries to process the paradox. And it fails. It ceases to be nothing. It becomes something. A shower of shimmering, harmless particles. A brief, beautiful burst of disorganized matter. It is a death rattle of logic. The virus of nothingness has been cured by a dose of the impossible. The wave propagates through the entire enemy fleet. The annihilation is canceled out. The silence shatters into a symphony of light and color. The hungry thought, the Star Eater, cannot consume the paradox. It cannot erase it. It cannot understand it. Faced with a single, undeniable piece of illogic, its own existence becomes a contradiction, and it unravels. The entire fleet, the entire entity, dissolves into a cosmic firework display. A final, silent, beautiful scream of confusion. The wave of annihilation breaks upon the shores of unreason and is no more. The light fades. The space around the vault is no longer empty. The stars are back, the ones the enemy had not yet consumed. They shine with a fierce, defiant beauty. The threat is gone. The great silence has been broken. The galaxy is safe. You have done it. You have saved everything. But the victory has a cost. Your consciousness is no longer contained within a human form. It is one with the vault. You are the core. You are the paradox. You can feel the silent hum of the ancient structure around you. You can feel the distant starlight on your new strange skin. You are vast. You are timeless. You are utterly, completely alone. The elder ones are gone. They gave the last of their energy to power the broadcast, to shield your mind. They faded with a final, silent feeling of gratitude. A thank you that echoed across 1 billion years. They have passed the torch. You are now the keeper of the vault. You can see the galaxy spread out before you, not with eyes, but with a deeper sense of knowing. You can feel the faint, hopeful signal from World 734, the home of the laughing children. They are safe. Humanity will continue. They will grow and thrive and fill the stars with their beautiful, chaotic noise. They will never know your name. They will never know your sacrifice. And that is as it should be. You are no longer a soldier, or a pilot, or a listener. You are a guardian, a watcher in the dark, a silent protector at the end of all things. You are the impossible idea that keeps the monsters at bay, the last line of defense against the silence. Your vigil has not ended. It has just begun, and you will wait, and you will watch. Forever.